Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Hi, this is Ganesh Nayak, and I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also help students who are preparing for the CF and the FRM exam to clear their exam in the first attempt. And today we have with us one of our student, who is Akshay. He's going to be sharing with us the experience of clearing the FRM Level 1 exam in November 2021. Okay, and we are doing these kind of videos primarily because a lot of students, they prepare through videos. Okay, they prepare on their own, they are doing a lot of self study, so they need to get an idea of how other people are preparing, what is the approach they're using, and primarily what are the problems or challenges they are facing, right? So with this, first of all, Akshay, thank you very much for joining in and sharing your
Sir.
experience. And primarily, before we start the discussion, for the benefit of the audience, can you give us a brief about what you were doing before you started FRM journey?
Sir, basically, I was preparing for government exams
Mhm.
before FRM, which I was found very monotonous. I was not even interested in. It was like in pressure I was doing it.
Okay.
But then through my elder seniors, I came to know about this course, and
Mhm.
I really found it interesting. Then I started preparing for it, and
Okay.
yes, it was a nice experience preparing for the exam.
And so basically, when you appeared for the exam, from there, uh, from your graduation, what was the gap?
Sir, it was approximately 6 years. I haven't studied anything in 6 years, to be
Okay.
honest, and it was like really a vast time gap in this period.
Hmm.
So it was like concerning for me that if I will get again in that flow of studies and all that, but then it was a nice experience
Okay.
overall.
So primarily, I know we were talking at the start that you had some gap and you were preparing, but for
Right,
the
sir.
government exam, which is slightly different than the FRM exam.
Right.
So
Totally different, sir. Totally different.
yes, yes, because over there they test your quantitative analysis, the time speed
Sir,
distance,
everything
all of it.
basically you have to learn a lot of things like GK and all. It's like
Hmm.
kind of boring for me.
Okay, okay. Now, for the November exam, which month you started preparing?
Sir, for November I started preparing like 4 months ago. Seriously, if
4 months
I
ago.
would say, right,
Okay,
sir.
so primarily October, September, August, basically. So from
Right, sir.
August, yes. So now, when you started preparing, how much time were you giving towards FRM daily basis?
Sir, in starting I was giving around, as I was not working, so I could have that extra time from others from
Mhm.
working. I was giving around 3 to 4 hours
3 to 4 hours. And
in a
what was
start.
your approach? You were reading the Schweitzer book. Okay.
Right, sir. I was reading the Schwezer books, then solving some Schwezer questions
Okay.
from that, and I was more concerned about like clearing my concept in early stage.
Okay. Okay. And then basically the approach. So you continued this reading part and continued solving basically the first Schweitzer question part, right? Now,
Right, sir.
till when you were able to complete the entire reading? Which month or which date?
Sir, basically 2 months from starting, I was able to complete the first basic reading of whole
Okay.
course.
September end. Primarily September end is where you basically
Right.
started. Yes, yes. And then basically you started solving the question bank. Was it with the reading or basically after that part?
Sir, I started. Basically solve a very last question in starting because
Hmm.
firstly I was not having any question bank
Hmm.
before I contacted you, and
Right,
I was just solving Schwezer questions
right,
in
right, right.
starting.
And also you joined our doubt solving group, and I remember that
Right,
you
sir.
have been very active in that group,
Yes, sir.
helping
That
others.
that helped me a lot actually. In doubt solving group was really helpful for me because the doubt of other students are basically my doubts also because
Hmm.
at the end we all have to face the same exam.
Right, right. And basically, when you explain somebody else, you also
Right.
get the basic understanding cleared. So, and I've seen
Right, sir.
you answering people, and also heard that even before your exam date, you were doing that. So that's really
Yes, sir.
wonderful.
I was yes, sir. I was really enjoying those things because it also was improving my knowledge of that topic.
Right. And before you went for the exam, how many times were you able to read the Swedger entirely?
Sir, I think I read Schwezer 2 times properly.
Okay. And apart from Swedger,
And
were you using any other book?
no, sir, I was only focused on Schwezer's and
Hmm.
then your question bank, intelligent
Right.
question banks.
Perfect.
Uh, Except that I haven't approached any other question bank because I think the clearing concept is more important than doing
Right.
all the question banks.
Right. 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 And further, then you started your question solving from 1st of October, right? Am I
Right,
correct?
sir.
So how much time did you
Right.
took to solve the entire 60 chapters question?
Sir, it took me around, as I was in time concerned, so
Hmm.
I was doing little bit fast. So approximately 40 days, I would say
Okay.
35 to 40 days.
Okay. And your exam was on the 17th, 18th of November?
No, sir, I was actually lucky enough to get the end slot.
Okay.
I had given my exam on 24th November.
Right, right. And so primarily, so first week of November, you have completed your chapter wise questions, right? And then
Right, sir.
you did your revision again and went for a sectional test by any chance? You got an opportunity to go
No,
for
sir.
those?
Sir, I was more concerned on concepts than in first week of November, I was solving the questions which were difficult for me. Like the concepts
Okay.
and the topics which were difficult, I picked them again and I was clearing them. And also again, I then solved your question bank, same questions again.
Okay. Okay. That was second round of solving that you did.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And then,
I solved the question bank two times.
okay,
Same
wonderful.
questions 2 times.
Same questions. So you didn't get time for sectional tests. You didn't get time for important quizzes.
No, sir. I haven't solved even a single mock. So
Okay.
because
Okay.
of question bank.
Okay, okay. So you didn't go with any full 100 question 4 hour practice in the exam.
No, sir. No,
Okay,
that was actually a negative point for me as well as during exam, I was not able to approach all the 100 questions.
okay, okay.
So
This was a
basically,
good learning point for others also, that before the exam, please make sure that you solve 2 to 3 mock
it's a
papers.
must. It's a must, sir, that you solve at least two mocks before exam and
Mhm.
4 hours in a one. That will really help in time management.
Right, right, right. Now, throughout this entire journey, what was a major challenge that you faced?
So basically, I was not from finance line or I have no prior knowledge. So
Hmm.
my concern was that will I be able to pick those topics? Like some topic in quants are really difficult, like
Hmm.
regression and time series analysis. These topics
Right,
are like they require quite a focus. So
I
I
agree.
was concerned about these topics, and in fact, probability, like simple topic like probability, I have given like 4 or 5 times I have read probability,
Okay, okay.
and it really helped me because in exams, book two, I got like 4 or 5 questions from probability, which I
Hmm.
have been able to solve all of them correctly.
Wow. Okay, because a lot of people struggled in probability, because
Right,
they
sir.
first
I
of all
have
they never expected that probability will give them so many questions, and then when it came, so a lot of people were not prepared. They got
right.
2 or 3 rights, but not everything. So this is
No,
wonderful.
sir. I was very sure about probability since I have given it a lot of time
Okay, okay, wonderful.
because
And
I was expecting the numerical questions more than theory, but it turned out like
more
this
theory.
uh, around I got more than 80 questions. I got theory.
Okay, so when you entered the exam and you started solving and you realize, okay, it's theory now. So what
Right, sir.
happened? What happened? What was mental situation at that point?
I was, sir, actually it was not even a straightforward theory. They were basically checking your concept as well as I have mentioned previously.
Hmm.
So I think understanding what they are trying to tell you and what they are testing is more important than solving all the question banks because
Hmm.
in exam you will only be tested concepts. So
Right.
the theory was even very conceptual. So I was that's where my time trouble started. I was like given a lot of time to a particular question, and then I think that if I have given like 4 or 5 minutes
Hmm.
to a question, then I should complete it right there, right now,
Okay.
instead
Okay.
of moving forward.
Okay. So
It
that
kind of
becomes
helped
slightly
me
problem.
also. It kind me helped me also, and kind of negative for me also.
But when you went for the exam, if we leave the time management part, solving the question bank twice, has that helped you in the exam?
It helped a bit. I won't say it helped a lot, but it
Hmm.
helped me like understanding the questions properly.
Okay.
Since your intelligent questions bank which I have solved, it has like very, some questions are very tricky. Some questions are
Hmm.
you need to be like clear in concepts. So it helped me in that sense.
Right. 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 Now, basically, how many questions you were able to solve properly in that 4 hours?
To be honest, I haven't gone through all the questions because I was very slow in first hour. I was able to solve only around 20 questions.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that pressure has built it start from the first hour. And in second hour, I thought I would improve my speed, but it decreased because of
Oh.
that pressure.
Okay.
I only able to solve 18 questions in second hour. So total, I in 2 hours I've only solved 38 questions, and
Okay.
so I have gone through like 70 to 75 questions properly.
And what about the rest 25? What happened in those?
I have not able to see in like I was not even able to mark like 5 questions, 4 to 5 questions. I haven't even marked in exam. So basically,
Oh, okay.
my marks are from 95 instead of
Okay.
100.
Wow. This is very, very unique because a lot of people, nobody missed that basically because they try to at
So,
least mark it, but you could not because of time management problem.
yes, sir.
But
I was in very poor time management, but luckily I able to clear in that
because I think so, you
95 questions.
whatever questions you solved, the accuracy was
Right,
very good in that.
right,
And
sir.
then,
Right, sir. I
and
was
then
focusing on that.
one more question. So primarily out of 25 questions, five could not you could not take. What about the 20 questions? Were you able to see anything or you just ticked?
Sir, I was able to see questions, but I didn't have time to like solve them because what they did, like all the
Hmm.
theory, all the numerical questions were in end, which I
Ah.
was in like sure about solving, but I didn't get. I knew those questions around 5 to 6 questions. I was sure I can solve them, but I didn't have time
Oh.
to solve them.
Oh God. Okay. Okay. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. And now, so when you came out of the exam and you realized, okay, five question you could not take, and there are some question which you could have solved. What was the state of mind?
Sir, I was not sure if I would able to make it because I know I have solved decent questions, but I was 50-50 as the theory questions. So you can't predict like if you have
Hmm.
uh, just a single word could have like changed the option. So you
Right.
have to be very focused.
Right. 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 Now, if suppose somebody who comes to you and asks you, what are the three tips that you want to give for people who are appearing for the FRM exam now? Three tips from your
Sir,
side.
first I would like to tell them that complete your concepts. Yeah, clear your concepts in first 2 months. Like
Hmm.
don't run for all the question bank. It won't help. Just solve limited and good material. That is enough to pass the exam.
Okay. Okay. What about others? Any other thought process? Any other
Secondly,
tips?
I would say that which I have I did mistake of not solving mock paper, which is very
Hmm.
important. Like at least solve 2 mock papers before exam, and try to solve them in a time constraint and one go. That is very important.
Right. 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 Perfect, perfect. Akshay, this was been a wonderful discussion, and at least people who are preparing, they would get an idea that okay, you face this challenge in the exam, but because you are very focused and clear on the concept, and those
Right,
eight,
sir.
75, 80 questions you did it properly, you were able to clear the exam. So what are the quotas that you got?
Sir, I got In book one, I got quartile two. In book two, I got quartile two. In three, two as well. And in book four, I got first quartile.
Okay, okay. So even after solving only 75, 80 questions, so it was 2, 2, 2,
Right, sir.
and 1. That's a very
Right, sir.
impressive performance. And especially because even if you miss some question, a lot of people don't tell this. And you were straightforward. You mentioned that no, I could not solve 5 questions. I could not even take, right?
No, sir, I was not able to take 5 questions, and rest 20 questions I was like taking anything, not even thinking what I am taking. In like
Okay.
last 1.5 2 minutes, I take around like 12
Hmm.
questions without thinking about them.
Perfect, perfect. Then primarily it was your accuracy that helped you a lot in the
Right, sir.
exam,
It
definitely.
was accuracy which helped me, and the concept which I have prepared for, like I have given the more time to prepare on concept rather than question bank.
Hmm.
That was my
At the
strategy
start, right? At the start, and then
at
you
the
solved
start.
it.
But question banks are must. But first you complete your syllabus, then you go for them.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Great, great, Akshay. I mean, this conversation is definitely going to help a lot of students who are preparing for the exam and help them to understand the nitty-gritty of the exam preparation and what other people are facing and how they are clearing the exam. So definitely this conversation is definitely going to be helpful. And thank you again for putting your time to share your experience journey and being very true to what happened actually in the exam. So
Right.
definitely. Thank you, Akshay. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you, sir.